Okay, this is part 2 of my video. If you did not watch part 1, these are the notes. You can see what we've done in red. But part 1 covers the mean and the median. This is not on Hawks and this is not in your textbook. So you're going to rely on my video for instruction. So the mean and median, I've already been over. That's video 1. In video 2, I'm going to look at the mode and the range. Okay, the mode is another word for most. Now, how are you going to remember that? I've got a little trick for you to remember every single thing. Mode, whoops, sorry. That was not very good writing. Mode is a 4-letter word. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it has an O in the second position. Okay, pretend like you're playing hangman. M-O-D-E. It has an O in the second position. Well, another word that has a 4-letter word with an O in the second position is most. So mode means most. And this is O right here in the second position corresponds to the O right here in the second position of most. So mode means most. What number did you see the most in the set of data? Now, sometimes there can be more than one mode. And so we'll look at that right here. So in this data set, you have 2, 5, 9, 3, 5, 7, and 4. The number that is most repeated is a 5. We see that twice. So you have one mode and the number is 5. That is the most repeated number in that data set. Okay, here we have 2, 5, 2, 3, 5, 4, and 7. Well, this one's a little bit different. We have a 2 that's repeated twice, and then we also have 5 that is repeated twice. So 2 numbers are repeated the same number of times. And so this is called a bimodal. Bi means 2. Okay, like a bicycle has 2 wheels. We have 2 modes. We have a mode of 2, and we also have a mode of 5. Okay. And then the last one, you can have a trimodal set. 2, 5, 2, 7, 5, 4, 7. We have 2 2s. We have 2 5s. And we also have 2 7s. So there are our 2, our 5s, and our 7s. The modes would be 2, 5, and 7. And this is called trimodal because tri means 3. So you have 3 numbers. Now, it's possible that you would have no mode. If no numbers repeat, if no number repeats, then you have no mode. Let me write this down. Because you don't want to leave it blank. Just because the numbers do not repeat does not mean you leave it blank. You would want to put no mode. If the numbers do not repeat, if there is no most often number, then it's no mode. Okay, let's look at the Terry shirts in example 1. Now, I've kind of scratched them out. So let me see if I can go back here and see Terry shirts. Okay, let's look right here. What number was most repeated? We've got a 21, that's not repeated. We have an 18, it's not repeated. 24, not repeated. 15, 42, 11, 13, and 35. We have no repeated numbers in Terry's shirts. Well, therefore, if you have no repeated numbers, then you have no mode. Those shirts, there was no price that was most common in Terry's purchases. So the answer here is no mode. Don't leave it blank, okay? There is an answer. The answer is that there is no mode. Example 6. In our 143 class, we had students with the following ages: 25, 18, 19, 21, 23, 16, 18, 26, 45, 42, 18, and 17. What is the mode? Okay, so let me look here. There's 2 18s. No, there's 3 18s. There's an 18, there's an 18, and there's an 18. So I'm thinking 18 is the mode. The most popular age in our class was 18. Does this example have a single mode, no mode, bimodal, or trimodal? I don't know why I put those in that particular order. I should have put no mode, single mode, bimodal. Anyway, let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything. This has a single mode because there is one number that is most repeated, and that would be 18. It's repeated 3 times. So there's one mode for that particular set of data. Okay, the last thing is the range. The range is just the gap between the smallest and the largest, okay? So range is always, you take the largest number minus the smallest number. You always take the largest minus the smallest, and that will give you the range. For example, in the previous problem about our class, the range of our ages. Well, the oldest person in our class is 45, okay? So you would do 45. And the youngest person in our class is 16. I think I did that correct. And so if you subtract that, that's going to be 19 is the range of ages in our classes. I'm sorry, 29. 29. 29, not 19. 19 is the age range of students in our class. So there's a 29-year age gap between the oldest person and the youngest person. Okay, you always start with the largest and subtract the smallest. So find the range of prices for Terry's shirt. We'll go back to Terry's shirt, which is up here in the first example. The most expensive shirt, see, I've already got them in order, so this is pretty easy. Oh, no, I don't. Where did I do the order? It's over here. Terry shirts. Right here's Terry shirts. The most expensive shirt that Terry bought was $42, and the cheapest shirt that Terry bought was $11. See, I already had them in order up there when I was working on the median. So let's see, $42 minus $11 is $31. That is the range of prices in his shirt. It's a pretty big range for shirts. So he got one shirt really, really cheap, and then he paid a good bit for the other one. But all the shirts, the cheapest to the most expensive, are within a $31 range. In Kalia's test in example 2, okay, let's see, do I have Kalia right here? Yes, Kalia's highest grade was a 98. Her lowest grade was a 78. So you take Kalia's highest grade, which was a 98, minus her lowest grade, which was a 78, and 20 is the range of her test scores. So what that tells me is that her test fell within a 20-point range. And that's a pretty big gap, but it's not uncommon that a student would have a 20-point testing gap. Okay, so those notes, again, we've got median. Well, we started with mean, median, mode, and range. And these are all going to be on your lab this week, and they're not on Hawks or in your textbook. So watch the first video if you missed it, follow up with the second, and then you can complete your lab.